A question I often get asked as I'm presenting around the country is, what is the secret to my client's success? And if you're familiar with the brand, if you listen to our podcast, if you've seen the interviews with some of my clients, you'll know that it's normal for my franchisees to be doing 6 deals a year, 8 deals a year, even 12 deals a year. 1 a month is not unusual for my clients at all. Understandably, audiences around the country want to know how do people, I've got people that have not done a deal for 10 years and then come on the program and start doing a deal a month, 9 deals in a year. That's really, really common for people to go from standing still to really rocketing forwards. And people want to know that secret. What is it? What's the strategy, or what's the secret sauce? And people are often surprised at the answer. And the answer is actually time management and self-discipline. That's all it is. You have to be purposeful with your property business. If you think back to when you're at school and you did your O-levels, or you did your GCSEs, or you did your A-levels, or maybe you went to university and you got a degree. You were successful at those things because you had structure in place. You had a timetable. You went to maths, and then you went to English, and then you went to this lecture, and then you went to this. It's the same if you did sport. There is no one who's got to an advanced level in sport, national level. I've competed for my country in 2 separate sports. I can tell you that not a single person on those national teams got there by being a little bit interested in it. They were dedicated. They had training programs. If you've played football at a competitive level, you'll have been training several times a week on certain days for certain periods of time, doing drills, working on your fitness in between. If you're at a high level, working on your nutrition as well. Elite performers do things on purpose. TRACY says, those that are successful do what needs to be done. Those that are unsuccessful, the majority, do what they feel like doing. And so the secret to my client's success is not a single strategy. Yes, strategies are important. It's not a mindset shift. It's not educational concepts. And yes, we've got a boatload of those. We've got 65 educational concepts, which all help. A toolbox of strategies to invest with obviously helps. A toolbox of mindsets, tools and educational concepts obviously helps. But the biggest difference is being purposeful and being measured and planned in your approach to your property investment business. And I don't care if you're spending 2 hours a week or 10 hours a week or 50 hours a week, it makes no odds. You must be disciplined in how you approach it. I'm writing a book at the moment. I'll tell you when it's out. But at the moment, when I'm writing my book, I've heard that people take years to write their books. I've sat down, I've mapped out what time each week I'll be writing my book. I've worked out how many words I can write an hour. I've worked out who's going to edit my book, how long it's going to take them. I know when my book will be finished because I'm purposeful about it. And that's not something special about me. I've had mentors and coaches and I read books avidly. That's best practice. Successful people have structure in their lives. They're disciplined in how they do it. And your property investment business is no different. You need to be putting aside time to do your marketing. No one will sell to you unless they know you exist. In the history of property investing, no vendors ever knocked on someone's door and said, I don't know you from Adam, but please will you buy my property at 25% below market value? It doesn't happen. You have to let people know that you're able to solve their property problems, that you're able to buy their properties from them. You need to have a schedule for when you're going to let vendors know that you exist. And then you need a structure to following up those inquiries. So you'll have inquiries coming in every single day if you're marketing effectively. If you're not disciplined in your marketing and you're not doing a significant volume of marketing, then you're not going to be successful. You're not going to have leads coming in. But if you put time into your marketing, you'll have leads coming in, and then you can start selling to those leads. You can start talking to those people and having productive conversations. Now, if you're putting 15 hours a week into your property business, but you don't have any leads, all your time should be going into marketing. You should be letting vendors know, and I'll do other videos about how to market, but let me just tell you, you should be writing letters to properties on the market. You should be talking to estate agents. You should be delivering leaflets, newspaper adverts. You should have adverts in the post office. You should have adverts in newsagents' windows. You should be letting everyone you know that you buy properties, that you can solve people's property problems. That should be all of your focus until you have leads coming in. And then you need to be communicating effectively with those leads, taking them through a structured sales process. And then when you're buying properties, you need a structured process for getting them from the vendor saying yes to actually owning them. So you need to follow that structure. And then once you've completed on the properties, remember, you've now got more leads coming in. You've got vendors that you're speaking to, you've got vendors that you're buying from, and now you've got completions going on. You need to be doing your refurbishments in a structured, purposeful way. You need to be letting the properties in a structured, purposeful way. And a good mentor of mine, Brad Sugars, founder of Action Coach, he talks about you get the business you deserve. And if you haven't got all that going on right now, if you haven't got all, we talk about the four pillars of your property business, and I'll cover that in another video. But if you haven't got all four pillars firing on all cylinders, bringing in shed loads of cash, you've got the business that you deserve. If that is for you, if that is happening for you, like my franchisees that are buying a property a month, if that is happening for you, then you've nailed this. You've nailed being purposeful, having a structure to your buy-to-let business, having a structure to your refurbishments, having a structure to your monetization, to your sourcing, to your marketing, to your sales, to your time management. Because there are very few examples, I can't think of any myself, where a successful person in business hasn't also got a good structure to their playtime, their fun time, to their family time, to their leisure time, to looking after themselves. I'm a member of a mastermind group. We meet up once every 2 months or so. When you walk into that room, now some of those guys have got 200 employees, they've got multi-million-pound businesses all over the world, some of them are actually global. You walk in and you think you've gone into a room of health nuts. They're all like really strong and really toned and healthy, they're glowing because they've got this dedication to every area of their life. It's so, so important, guys. So if you're looking for that one secret, there's not a shortcut. But this will be it for you. If you can structure your week and your month and your year, and it's as easy as sitting down with a blank sheet of paper and creating the equivalent of your school schedule, your school timetable. It's as simple as that. 8 till 9, what am I going to do? 9 till 10, what am I going to do? 10 till 11, when am I going to have a break? When am I going to have my lunch? When am I going to play with my kids? All of this is so important. It's important during lockdown, it was important before lockdown, and it's going to be important after lockdown. So you may as well start now and start treating your business with the respect it deserves. If you have a job, you turn up at 9 AM, you clock off at 5 PM, you take an hour's break, and you're structured in the time you give your employer. Why would you treat your own business with less respect? Why would you not start on the dot? Work really, really hard. There are tools available. If you don't want to have I recommend you have a timetable and a default diary for what you do and when. But it's so important to then track whether you follow it or not. And there's a great tool that I'll share with you now. It's free. Clockify. Clockify. It's completely free. You can log in, and every time you swap tasks, click on the button and tell it what you're doing. And it produces a report for you, pie charts, a detailed list of what you've actually done. If you stop to go make yourself a drink, and then you jump on the phone and speak to someone, and then you watch half an episode on Netflix, and then you come back 2 hours later, be truthful with it and tell it that you've had a 2-hour break, and it will show you what the reality of your input into your property business is. Another mentor of mine, a guy called Richard Wilkins, he's the self-appointed Minister for Inspiration. I love him. Really switched on guy if you want to look him up. He talks about a sausage machine. And he says if you put pork in the sausage machine, you get pork sausages out. If you put beef in the sausage machine, you get beef sausages out. If you put cluttered, unfocused, wishy-washy in this end, you get junk results out this side. If you put dedicated, focused effort in here with a good dollop of education, solid education, out here you get success in your property investing business. That's what's so powerful about being structured and purposeful in your business, guys. And if that's the one thing you take from this video, go and employ it in your own business and you'll see your results skyrocket. You'll have more people contacting you magically. You'll spend less time on Facebook and more time actually doing business. It's fine to be on Facebook, by the way, but be outbound on Facebook. Don't be receptive, receiving and reading. Be purposeful in your posts. Be on LinkedIn as well as Facebook. Be on Instagram as well. Be structured in your marketing, and I'll do more about marketing in another video. If this is your first time on the channel, click on the subscribe button. Please click the notification bell so that you're told when your next episode is. And then also, if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments box below and I'll look forward to hearing from you. In the meantime, happy investing.